So, if you're an engineer, you know AI is this incredible new frontier. It can speed up your design process, help you crack really complex problems, basically supercharge innovation. But, and this is a big but, how do you use this amazing tool without accidentally leaking your company's most valuable secrets? That's the tightrope we're going to learn how to walk today.
All right, before we jump in, just a quick heads up. All the information we're covering here comes straight from Chapter 7 of the Creating Generative AI Prompts tutorial, which is provided by Virtualization Options LLC.
Okay, let's get right to the heart of it. This is the big question for every single engineer using AI right now. How do you tap into all that power to build faster and smarter without putting your intellectual property, your company's crown jewels, on the line? Well, this explainer is your roadmap to doing exactly that.
Here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the core dilemma every engineer faces. Then we'll walk through a clear path, starting with a safe toolkit for beginners, moving on to solving abstract problems, and then getting into some really advanced strategic frameworks. And we'll wrap up with the absolute must-know rules for protecting your IP.
So, let's dig into the core principle that honestly solves this whole dilemma. It's not about staying away from AI. It's about completely changing how you ask your questions.
And here it is. This is the master key. It's a concept called generalized problem solving. Basically, instead of feeding the AI your specific secret sauce code or your unique designs, you ask about the principles behind them. You focus on the how and why of engineering in general, not the what of your specific product. This one shift in how you think is what keeps you and your company safe.
Okay, let's ease into this with the first level of mastery. This is all about building confidence, using AI for foundational, totally low-risk tasks that have zero proprietary information in them.
A perfect, super safe place to start is asking an AI to generate a template. You know, like a technical design document? You're not asking it to write your design for you, nope. You're just asking it to create the empty container, the framework, that you can then fill in with your own brilliant ideas, safely offline.
And what you get back is a perfect example of this principle in action. The AI gives you this generic but really high-quality structure with all the sections you need to think about: user stories, proposed architecture, risks. And it does all this without knowing a single thing about your actual project. It's 100% safe and it's useful right away.
All right, so once you're comfortable with templates, it's time to level up. Now we're going to see how that same principle of generalization applies to solving real technical challenges, just as long as we keep things abstract.
So imagine you're debating a big architectural choice, like should we go with microservices or stick with the monolith? You do not need to describe your current system to the AI. Instead, you can just ask it to compare those two approaches based on general principles, things like scalability, operational overhead, or even how it might affect your team structure. The AI acts as your expert sounding board for the trade-offs, helping you think through the decision without ever seeing your actual problem.
And now we're moving up to the highest level of AI prompting for engineers. This is where AI stops being just a simple tool and starts becoming a real strategic partner in high-level system design.
For instance, you can ask an AI to outline a whole framework for designing a scalable distributed system. I mean, this is the principle in action perfectly. The AI isn't designing the system for you, it's giving you the structured thought process. It's laying out the essential questions you need to ask at every single stage, from capacity planning all the way to failure analysis. It basically becomes your strategic workbook.
This quote from the source material just absolutely nails it. See, it's a shift from asking the AI for answers to asking it for help finding better questions. You're using the AI to sharpen your own thinking, to help you spot the patterns that will lead you to the best possible implementation.
So, we've covered all the do's. Now it's time for the don'ts. And I mean, these are the critical safety rules that you can never, ever break. This is your hard stop list. Seriously. Never, ever, under any circumstances, should any of this stuff find its way into a prompt. We're talking about your proprietary algorithms, your source code with all its business logic, unreleased product features, performance data, all of it. Just think of this as the digital fence around your company's most valuable assets. Don't cross it.
And this next one is a huge red flag, especially for those of you working on the real cutting-edge stuff. Disclosing a new invention to a public AI system could be legally considered a public disclosure. In a lot of places, doing that can completely destroy your ability to get a patent on it later. The rule here is incredibly simple. If you think it might be patentable, talk to your legal team before you do anything else, period. So there you have it. We've gone from the dilemma, to a complete strategic framework. You now have the tools to use AI as a powerful, creative, and, most importantly, a safe partner. So the only question left is, what foundational engineering principle or design pattern are you going to explore next?